bio to see how I make 4 figures a week. Here's a side hustle I wish I knew about sooner. This one works especially well if you're broke and lazy. And trust me, you're going to want to like and save this one. Start by going to Amazon.com. Scroll down to where it says Make Money with Us and click Become an Affiliate. That's going to bring you to a sign-up page, and signing up to be an affiliate is totally free. Now this is where it gets good. You're going to type in something of high value like furniture. And right now, patio furniture is trending. And you're going to look for something that is sponsored and expensive. I'm going to go ahead and click on this one. Next, you're going to go to Pinterest and create a pin. Next, we're going to go back to Amazon and copy this title and paste it on our pin. And don't forget to add a picture and a description. This next part is the most important part, so do not forget. When you're an Amazon associate, you'll have this gray strip at the top, and you want to click on text and copy the link that is generated below. That link is your affiliate link, and that's how you're going to get paid. And this is the really important part. You're going to want to go back to your pin and paste that link down here where it says destination link. Now, anytime someone buys through that link, you're going to get paid. Be sure you're picking things that have good reviews and are trending for that time period. Now, if you've stuck around this long, please give me a like and a follow. I post daily on ways to make money online. And check out the link in my bio to see how I make 4 figures a week.
Carrot and 200 milliliters of water. We let this liquefy for 3 minutes. Before continuing, I want to send a special greeting to Maria de California and Esmeralda de Tijuana. I would love to know where you are watching us from to send you a greeting in my next video. When it is well liquefied, we strain it. Now we add the orange and lemon juice. It is not always necessary to resort to chemicals or non-natural solutions. If you need your eyes to be the same as before, you know that something as cheap and as handy as this recipe can help you. Take a glass of this every morning for 7 days, and you will see the results. Mix the baking soda with the carrot and regain your sight in 7 days. You will never have to wear glasses or glasses again. We start by cutting 2 carrots into small pieces. Then we will wash them with a little vinegar of your choice and a tablespoon of baking soda. The carrot stands out for having a lot of vitamin A, which helps to improve eyesight. It also contains vitamin C, which is effective in preventing eye diseases, such as cataracts, that protect the degeneration of the retina. In a bowl, we are going to squeeze the juice of an orange and also the juice of a lemon. When we don't consume enough vitamin A, the eyes can't stay wet enough to prevent dry eye. In a blender, add the pieces of carrot and 200 milliliters of water. We let this liquefy for 3 minutes. Before continuing, I want to send a special greeting to Maria de California.
Verbal lang, hindi po valid donation yon. For real estate services, PM lang kayo and see you in my next video. Meron bang nag-donate ng property sa'yo or nag-donate ka na ba ng property? Malawak na usapin at very technical ang real estate donation. In this short video, pag-usapan na lang po natin ang basic information. May 3 klase ang donation. Number 1, donation inter vivos. Ito yung klase ng donation na nalilipat ang title sa donee or nagte-take effect ang donation habang nabubuhay pa ang donor. Number 2, donation mortis causa. Unlike sa inter vivos, itong mortis causa naman ay nagte-take effect lang once namatay ang donor. Meaning, walang title transfer habang nabubuhay pa ang nag-donate. Number 3, propter nuptias. Ito yung donation by reason of marriage. Dahil marriage ang dahilan ng donation, pwede siyang makancel kapag hindi natuloy ang kasal. At dahil real estate donation ang pinag-uusapan natin, dapat ito ay nakasulat sa kontrata. Ito ang example contract sa real estate donation. Kompleto dapat ang details ng donor at donee and of course nakalagay ang description ng donated property. At dahil magta-transfer ng ownership through donation, meron tayong babayarang donor's tax sa BIR na 6% based sa net gift. Tandaan, kapag real estate donation na walang kontrata or verbal lang, hindi po valid donation yon. For real estate services,
At this time, we might as well show it. The co-pilot immediately becomes quieter. Do you think there is any other role for this thing? Tell me in the comment section. Follow me. I'm Brother Che. Give me a free like, by the way. Learn about cars every day. 99% of people think it is useless. In fact, it has many uses. If you learn it, it can save your life at a critical moment. 1. The car broke down halfway. Don't worry. Generally, it is caused by poor contact of the oil pump in the fuel tank. We only need to use it to tap the bottom of the fuel tank a few times, and the car will start normally. 3. If there is no response when starting the car, don't rush to call a tow truck. Don't waste your money. In fact, it is caused by the poor contact of the starter motor at the front of the car. Let's use it to hit the starter motor a few times, and the car will start smoothly. 4. Don't panic when we are stuck in the car and can't get out. Put down the rear seat, take out this wrench, and use it to break the window and escape. 5. When we are driving, the person sitting in the co-pilot likes to talk nonstop. At this time, we might as well show it. The co-pilot immediately becomes quieter. Do you think there is any other role for this thing? Tell me in the comments. Knows about cars. After refueling, the engine trouble light on the car instrument suddenly comes on. What should I do? This yellow helicopter-like fault light is the engine fault light. I will teach you a trick. Not spend a penny to solve the problem. In the engine compartment, find this battery. The plus sign is the positive terminal. The minus sign is the negative terminal. Find a wrench and take off the screw on the negative side. Wait a few minutes, then put it back. Cover the hood. Start the vehicle. Observe whether the fault light will go out. Good. The fault light has gone out. Did you learn it?
7. Install an extended seating area under the windowsill to free up more countertop space. Add a movable shelf or plate under the water heater for additional storage. Here are 8 tips to maximize space in your small kitchen. 1. Avoid using floor cabinets around the flue. Instead, invest in overhead cabinets, which might cost more initially, but ultimately save space. Use them for storing small items, effectively doubling your storage area. 2. Reduce the size of the side lockers and add a set of pull-out cabinets. This allows for better organization of seasonings and dry goods, with a movable board in the middle for easy access. It also makes kitchen utensils more convenient to retrieve. 3. Instead of having base cabinets with shelves, which require squatting down to find items like bowls, switch to large pull-out drawers. This makes storing and accessing kitchen utensils and dishes much easier. 4. Avoid using L-shaped cabinets in corners. It's better to convert these spaces into corner baskets. This design allows for easy pulling out and convenient access, especially for pots and other larger items. 5. Reduce the size of the upper wall cabinets and install 2 sets of flip-up cabinets instead. Store essentials like oil, salt, sauce, and vinegar in these cabinets with glass doors. This approach keeps both the cabinets and countertops neater and more organized. 6. If your countertops are uneven, consider replacing them with a high-end sink that's raised by 10 centimeters. This adjustment makes washing and chopping vegetables more comfortable, as it reduces strain on your waist. 7. Install an extended seating area under the windowsill to free up more countertop space. Add a movable shelf or plate under the water heater for additional storage. Here are 8 tips to maximize space in
It
your
really
small...
doesn't matter what the amount is. What's most important is not the amount. What's really important is the philosophy. So I would ask you to adopt this philosophy of spending after you have invested. Invest first, then spend. Poor people usually spend their money and invest what's left. That's the philosophy of the poor. Now here's the philosophy of the rich. Rich people invest their money and spend what's left. And here's the startling answer. It really doesn't matter what the amount is. What's most important is not the amount. What's really important is the philosophy. So I would ask you to adopt this philosophy of spending after you have invested. Invest first, then spend.
Guess what? Do I pay taxes on debt?
I guess no.
Why's that? Why is debt tax-free?
I don't know.
Because that's how money is created. And so the banks love it. They love people borrow lots of money. So how do I get rich? I borrow money. And I buy assets with it. The poor person borrows money and buys liabilities like purses, cars, houses, and they get poorer and poorer and poorer. I borrow money,
Average German, average French person works about 1,600 hours a year. Average executive or business owner works about 2,000 hours a year. So what you do is you take your annual income and you divide it by 2,000. Let's say you're earning 100,000 pounds a year. Divide it by 2,000, that means that you're earning 50 pounds an hour. This is your hourly rate. That means by law, the Ricardo's law of comparative advantage, is you don't do anything that pays less than $50 an hour. You only do things that pay you $50 an hour or more. And everything else you delegate. If there's something that someone else can do for 10 pounds an hour, you hire somebody to do that. 20 pounds an hour, 30 pounds an hour. You keep hiring people who can do things at a lower hourly rate than yourself. Now here's the great discovery, and this again is life-changing. I call it the law of three. The law of three says that no matter how many things you do, how many tasks you do in a week or a month, and it's usually 20 or 30, three of those tasks account for 90% of your value. You make a list of all of your tasks. If you could only do one thing on this list, one task on this list, all day long, which one task would have the greatest positive impact on your career? So you put a circle around it. Then you say, if you could only do two things all day long, which would be number two? And you put a circle around that. If you could only do three things all day long, which would be number three? And you realize, oh my God, everything else is secondary.
More info on this video or shoot me a DM. Here are 5 steps on becoming your own bank. Step 1. Open up an Index Universal Life policy. Make sure you pick an agent that knows what they're doing because they have to structure it properly, otherwise it will not work. Step 2. Fund the policy with either an annual contribution or a monthly contribution. Step 3. Allow the money to compound while being protected from stock market losses. Step 4. Next time you have a purchase like a car, a home, or an investment opportunity, borrow from your insurance policy so that you can access it tax-free without interrupting the interest on your account. And last but not least, step 5. Keep your policy for your entire life so that when you pass away, not only will your money go to your beneficiaries, but there will also be an additional death benefit that goes to your family. And all of it transfers 100% tax-free. So if you want to learn more on how to implement Index Universal Life Insurance into your financial portfolio so that you can become your own bank, comment